All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus here with One Bar, and the Minnesota Vikings are 3-5.
They did it. They did it. They're on a roll. They're giving us hope.
They are. They dominated the Detroit Lions today. The final score 34-20. It wasn't even that close. The Vikings were in control of this one pretty much the entire game. The Lions had a little bit of life late, and we'll discuss why they had some life late in a little bit. But let's just talk about the highlights. First of all, again, huge game by Dalvin Cook. Finishes with 206 yards on the ground. Is it time Dalvin Cook starts to get some MVP talk? Serious MVP talk?
No, absolutely. I mean, he had 22 carries today, averaged 9.4 yards a carry. Are you kidding me? That's almost a first down every damn time he touches the ball. He's he looked damn near silly out there. It was fantastic. Dalvin Cook, if you think he's not the best running back in the league, then you need to reevaluate your life.
Well, to me, it's not even getting to the point where, I mean, that's a no-brainer. It's a no discussion, no debate. If he's the best back in the league, I start to wonder if he's the best player in the NFL, the way he is. He can do it physical style. He can bounce off guys. And then you see how he can just burn through the hole and he's gone. What was it, like an 80-yard touchdown he had in the third quarter there that really put the game out of reach. He's so dynamic. He can do so many different things. And the Vikings, they're going to keep riding him. He is their only chance for this team to get back into the playoff hunt, and they're going to work him very, very hard every single game. And you saw it where they're at the point where they thought the game was over, and they pulled him, only to have to put him back in just a little bit later. Yeah,
you say the Vikings ride him. I think I would like to ride him. He is insane. He's only 25 years old. We still have him for 5 more years. It's something to be very excited about if you're a Viking fan.
We look at where these stats put him now. He's like over 800 yards on the season, 12 touchdowns. It's crazy. There's 8 games left. This guy's going to have one of the all-time greatest seasons for a Vikings running back. And you saw it today where, he's over 200 with, 8 minutes in the fourth quarter. Adrian Peterson's on the other side of the field, and you start thinking, God, I didn't let this guy go for the record or not, because a few more carries, he might have had it.
Well, when you're averaging almost 10 yards a carry, it probably could have actually happened. Madison was out there for a couple series, and Madison even looked damn good out there. Which you got to give some love to the offensive line. Which Dalvin Cook, I loved. Just like last week, he's out there giving love to the offensive line, giving love to CJ Ham. It's fantastic. He's a team player. If they really wanted to, I bet he would have absolutely pushed for that.
Oh, for sure. Let's talk about some other things on the offensive side of the ball. Kind of a quiet day from Adam Thielen, quiet day from Justin Jefferson. Irv Smith Jr. comes out of nowhere, puts 2 touchdowns on the board, and I don't know, was it the same exact play? I'm not sure, but you start working this guy in as a red zone target, a red zone productive one. It's going to take pressure off Dalvin Cook down the road. I mean, teams are going to start thinking about Irv Smith in those situations. Also open up things for Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson. So it's going to be huge if this is just not a one-time fluke thing. It's something we see more of moving forward.
Yeah, Irv Smith, 2 catches, 10 yards, and 2 beautiful touchdowns. Great to see him get in the end zone. And Kirk Cousins, he had a very quiet day, but when you look at his numbers, 13 for 20, 220 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Had a lot of time back there. Again, the offensive line, like we said at the halftime show, offensive line has really, really showed up the last couple of weeks, and it is paying off.
Yeah. And, it was a little bit more than a game manager role. He hit what he had to do. He didn't take a whole lot of chances. So, again, another solid performance by Kirk Cousins. He just did what he had to do to get the Vikings this win. Let's move over to defense. All of a sudden, it's an interception party today.
It was a great party, too. I was having a blast. The weird part is, I'm very excited that the Lions or that the Vikings got some interceptions, but it almost seemed like Stafford was just handing us the ball. It's not like they were great plays. I mean, he was throwing it right to us.
Well, the Wilson one especially was kind of surprising. The Eric Kendricks one in the back of the end zone, I thought that was actually pretty good coverage by Kendricks, getting in there and snapping that one up. And then the Chase Daniel to Harrison Smith, that was just a real poor throw by Chase Daniel, who actually earned $17 million in that one throw.
My God. And Eric Wilson, great game, half a sack, had the interception. He is the better games he's just can hear that money hitting the ground because he's going to be a free agent next year. The Vikings are going to have a very tough decision on him.
Absolutely. Even the young secondary didn't do horrible. The corners didn't really give up any huge, crazy plays today. You saw Chris Boyd make a nice play in the first half on the long shot to Marvin Hall. And then Jeff Gladney, what did he end up with? God, only 7 tackles. Feel like he had more. He had tackle for a loss. You see him wrapping up Adrian Peterson, those big old hog legs of his. Jeff Gladney was kind of all over the place today. And your boy, oh, no, that's there. Your boy Harrison Hand. He didn't do anything today.
Hey, he looked good out there. And you know what? We got to give a little bit of love to Chris Jones. I mean, he had that pass interference call, but brand spanking new. They throw him out there. He actually played pretty damn good, which I was very happy to see.
Yeah, I actually thought his pass interference was a little ticky-tacky there. I thought that was a close one, didn't have to be called, but
yeah, he played damn good.
Yeah, and speaking of damn good, Chris Boyd, 11 tackles and a tackle for a loss. That was kind of, we saw today, the Chris Boyd we saw late in the season last year. I don't know where he's been all year, but he showed up today. So well done, Chris Boyd, and well done defense. I mean, a lot of times, the Lions could have had way more points in this, but they did the bend and don't break thing. They buckled late. They had a late erection that stuffed the Lions before they scored, but it got up there and it did the job.
Yeah. Zimmer said at the beginning of the season, defense is young. He's going to have to make some changes. They're going to have to come along. And as much as people were pissed off as Zimmer at the beginning of the year, he's starting to show that he is a defensive guru and he can Miyagi anybody into being good. And with the guys we have, the secondary that is out, the fact that we're keeping, I mean, it was Matt Stafford. He's not a bad quarterback. He played what? 6/7 of the game, and we were able to keep him in check with a very inexperienced secondary. So Zimmer he's doing his thing, and our defense probably should get a little more love than it should.
I'm just confused by your fraction. 6/7 in a 4-quarter game.
7/8. I don't know.
Wow, that was down deep.
A good one.
Overall, great victory by Minnesota Vikings, but there was one oozing zit on the ass of this victory, and that was our punt protection. What the hell?
Minnesota Vikings. That was weird. That was weird.
2 blocked punts in this game. The first one was just Mike Boone just whiffing. I mean, he just missed that block. They weren't even trying to block the punt in that situation. Mike Boone just whiffed. And then the second one, I think they just didn't care at that point. The game was put away, but the Lions only were able to score on one of those, I believe. You play a better team, those kind of things can kill you. So the Vikings definitely have to shore that up this week.
Yeah, that was disgusting. The best part on that second one where Britton Colquitt was going like this as the play was still happening. He could not believe they got a second one. He just like looking around. The ball's next to him. He didn't give a shit. He just wanted to make it very clear that he was very confused about what was happening. Yeah,
it was crazy. Again, just something you don't see very often, one of those weird things, but the Lions, that's their 3rd punt block in the last they've had 3 in 2 games now. So maybe it's just something they're really good at. The only thing they're really good at.
Well, let's talk about the former Vikings. Adrian Peterson kind of did what he expected. He had some hard runs, didn't put up crazy numbers. Ended up just taking a back seat, watching Dalvin Cook do what he used to do. Everson Griffin he had a few pressures, but didn't seem to do much.
I heard him out there. That was about it.
Yeah, yelling. And J-Ron Curse didn't do anything. Zip.
Let's see. Did he even get a tackle?
I don't think so.
8 total tackles.
Well, those don't count. And just remember, Curse, was it last week he tweeted out? He said, people said you go to the Lions and all you do is lose. That's what you did.
You did. He lost. So I know you're extra happy about that. You kind of said it when Matt Prater missed that field goal. You said this might just be a day for the Vikings, and it was. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We wrap this thing up. I think the former Lions on the Vikings did better today than the former Vikings on the Lions.
You're damn right. Abdullah gets his first touch. It'll probably be his only touch in the next 4 games too. Takes it in for the score. Fantastic. Riley Reef had a good game. It was a good day for the Vikings.
I think the biggest surprise today of this game was John Pinacini did not have a single penetration.
Well, I bet he has a penetration before midnight tonight. I'll tell you that.
I'm glad you took the watch out for that.
Thank you.
All right. It's time. This is going to be hard. Your turd of the game.
Turd of the game, man. You know, it was pretty dominant game. It's tough to give out the turd, but I just got to give it to Boone. That block on that where they blocked the punt. It didn't even look like he was out there. He was just half-ass, kind of just threw his arms out. Bryant came in, dominated that thing. So I will give it to Mr. Boone, unfortunately.
Yeah, you know, in a game when everybody pretty much just plays balls out, it's really hard to pick somebody. This is like, you know, it's like shitting your pants, but not shitting your pants that bad. It's like you can still wear your underwear.
I don't think that's possible. If you shit your pants at all in your underpants, you should immediately go change. I just want to be clear.
Well, I mean, if it's just a, you know, a streaker or something. I'm going to go the same kind of route there, but I'm going to go a little bit a step up the ladder and go Marwan Malouf.
Oh,
he is a special teams coordinator. It's his job. Make sure this shit doesn't happen. That you don't allow teams to block punt once a season, let alone twice a game. This is on you, Marwan. This is on you.
Can I give a second turd of the game?
If you admit that sometimes it's okay to put those shit riddled unders back on.
I will say it's okay to sometimes accidentally shit your pants, but it's not okay not to change those pants. You must change your pants. My second turd of the game is J-Ron Curse. Thank you.
Wow. I know we could go to the other team. All right. Who's your stud of the game?
Oh, start of the game. I mean, if you average almost 10 yards a carry with 20 plus touches in an NFL game, you are the stud. Not only are you the stud, you make me drippy wet in my pants.
Would you change him if you're drippy wet in the front?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Dalvin Cook easily.
Yeah.
I mean, he owned this team. He owned this game. He's owned the last two games. I cannot wait to see what he does against a very good Chicago Bear defense.
Yeah, and that'll be a great test for Dalvin Cook. Great test for the Vikings offensive line. Really see where they are. You know, I could go a different route. You know, pick Irv Smith or pick Eric Hendricks or something like that, but it'd all just be a lie. Just trying to be different. Stud of this game is Dalvin Cook. 206 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. He is what's bringing this Minnesota Vikings team back to life, if you can even say they're back to life yet. I don't want to get too excited or anything, but he is. He's what makes this thing go, and he is one of the best players, just one of the best 5 players in the NFL right now. No question about it. Yeah,
and in a close second, like you said, Dalvin Cook dominated, but a close Eric Wilson. Talk about coming on late in the season, or not late in the season, but just get a slow start and half a sack, interception. I don't even know how many tackles he had, double digits. The dude is just ripping shit up. Yeah, I don't want to run my fingers through his hair.
Like after he showers or during game or what?
Don't matter. It's up to him.
Oof. I'd wait till after a nice thorough swabbing to his hair. All right. Well, that's it. That's our official wrap up of the Vikings' second straight victory. Who would have thought we'd be saying that a couple weeks ago, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know if we were going to have another victory at all. And the Vikings are on a goddamn roll.
They are. They're playing themselves about the 18th pick again. All right. We'll be back next week. Full slate of vids. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the vids if you do. Until then, remember this. The English language has over 3,000 words for being drunk.